about today is introducing a new dog into your household, or if you want to have your dog play with a friend's dog, and what the most appropriate way to do that. My preferential method would be trying the dogs both off-leash versus an on-leash meet and greet, but I'm going to go with both situations because not everybody has a fenced-in backyard or a nice barrier like we're going to show you today that can do that. So we're going to show you both an on-leash way to do it appropriately and an off-leash way to do it appropriately. If you're going to be doing it per se off-leach, I always say both dogs should have what we call drag lines on. Drag lines are just nice, light, very light, one ply, cotton leashes with a clip on them, about 5-6 feet long. That way if anything does happen, and not that you want that to happen, you could easily grab the dogs without having to grab right at their collars. The other things I like to have on hand are these two lovely things. I'm going to advertise for Ocean Spray. It's just a big plastic jug that has rocks in it or pennies. The big thing about it is it doesn't hurt, it taps the dog, but it makes a big noise and you can easily touch the dogs with it without causing any harm or discomfort, but it's more meant to be a startle tool. And then finally, just a nice easy squirt bottle. Also again, a startle tool, doesn't hurt the dogs, it's just something to stop or cause a momentary pause if the dogs start to escalate into any type of behavior. So what we're going to be showing you right now is what a fence or gate greet would look like between two dogs. These dogs I'm going to be doing today are both relatively social, at least with the majority of dogs, but they both are very forward and very excitable. So the precautions we're taking, just if something were to happen, is we're going to have drag lines, which are just those nice cotton leashes on both dogs. That way we don't have to hold the leashes when the dogs are off in our yard, but if something does happen, we're there for that. The leashes, when the dogs do their first gate greet, will be nice and loose. We'll allow them to sniff through the fence. And if that looks good, we're going to let the dogs just right in, and we're going to drop the leashes immediately. But just so you have an idea what we're looking for before we do it. So you can come on up. That was very nice. Both dogs sniffed. They engaged. And I'm going to go ahead and let Honey in. The big thing here is not letting the one dog on the inside rush the dog that's on the outside of the yard. So, drop your leash. Come in. So, this is actually pretty positive. The only thing to note is the dog with a pink collar, Honey, should probably be a little much for the brindle dog. So that's when I would step in and probably be like, easy, easy, good girl. So we just toned her down a little bit. She can play, she just can't play that hard. So, we would give them a couple minutes of just integrating with each other, relaxing. Once that did look good, we could definitely remove their leashes. And as I said, I just do it as precaution. You can see it's not affecting either dog in here as they're on a leash. And the nice thing you can see here about the thin leashes is that there is a chance that they could definitely still get tangled on them, but because they're so thin and those nice light pies, they're just sliding right over each other. But right now, I'm not stepping in any of this because it's very mutual. The dogs are having a blast. They're mouth sparring. Now, at the beginning, you saw that Honey just rushed Diego and just tried to be too much, and that's why I toned her down. But right now, it's very mutual, so I'm not going to step in and interrupt any of their play because it's very appropriate. So that would be the basics of a integration that would happen through a fence line or like more of a play group integration.
If an off-leash meet and greet is not an option at your house, such as you don't have a fenced-in backyard, a parallel walk shown in this video is a great secondary option. As you can see in this video, the handlers start out spaced at 12 to 20 feet apart. Their leashes are very loose. Keep in mind, keeping a loose leash is very important when doing this type of meet and greet. At any time during this meet and greet, if either of the dogs started to show any type of reactivity, excitement, or concerning behavior, the handlers could easily just step further away. As you can see with these two dogs, both dogs are displaying very relaxed body language. So the handlers are able to quickly move the dogs closer and closer together till they're almost walking side by side or parallel. A couple things to note when doing an on-leash meet and greet. At no time should the dogs ever meet face to face. Also, we need to remember to keep our leashes nice and loose and our hand position very relaxed. Remember that tension can create reactivity, and while relaxation can create a meet and greet that shows positive and social behavior between the two dogs. The second type of meet and greet shown here, the two dogs will follow in a single file line, allowing the dogs to take turns sniffing each other while walking on a nice loose leash. As you can see, both dogs showed relatively positive behavior also in this meet and greet, and the dogs were able to integrate relatively quickly. Again, keep in mind that if at any time either dog shows stiff behavior, the dogs can be stepped away further from each other or the meet and greet halted. Remember, distance is your friend. If dogs become too excitable, giving them additional space to relax is never a bad option. Finally, as seen in this video, please remember that at no time do either dog meet when the handlers are standing still. All meet and greets are done while dogs are walking. This helps promote positive meet and greet experiences for your dog. If the introduction had gone well as you guys just saw outside, I would then bring the dogs inside the house. I try to start in a neutral situation like we did out in the backyard for all of my introductions versus bringing the dogs directly in the house. The reason for this is it's neutral territory. We're not going to have as much worrying about the dogs guarding their own personal space. If for some reason anybody felt more comfortable leaving those drag lines on, maybe a clean set of course, in the house before bringing the dogs in, that of course is a great idea as well. I always keep my squirt bottle still on hand, just in case if you need it, especially for that introductional period. One final note is I always do keep, at least for the first week when it's a new dog in the household, the toys cleaned up. The reason for this, we'll make sure there's no additional resource guarding and that there's no other personality conflicts with the dogs before we add additional resources. And of course, if anybody has any further questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day.